All right, it's cool. Let's start the interview off. So let's start off nice and easy. How did you link up with Will and Tanner and starting Street Heat?
Oh man, that happened years and years ago, man. Me and Tana. I was actually a fan of them for a while. I was following their work for a while as an artist, and I had been paying attention to them doing videos, and they put a girl that I went to high school with in one of their videos when Capone came home from prison.
Okay.
It was off the new CNN when Capone came home, so it was one of my favorite songs, and she just happened to be one of the models in the joint. So I had made some comments on Facebook, and Tanner reached out to me, and one day he was like, "Yo, man, I see what you're doing out here, rapping and all that. I'm messing with it. We're gonna go shoot something in Foxwoods Casino. Do you want to come?" I said, "Yeah," but when the day came, I kind of was trying to back out of it because I was going through a little situation. So
Okay.
Tanner was like, "Man, we ain't even meet yet. You know what I'm saying? And you already backing out. You know what I mean?" And so me being who I am, I couldn't let that go down like that. So I jumped in the car. We ended up going to the Foxwood Casino, and that was the day that Rakim met DMX for the first time,
Oh shit.
and DMX was spitting bars in Rakim's dressing room. He was rapping Rakim's song, and yeah, man, that was a legendary moment. It's all over the internet for
Yeah, I've
anybody
seen
that
that.
wants
Yeah,
to
that's
check it out.
crazy, man.
Yeah, man. So I
Uh,
mean, that was it. I mean, that very first day that I linked up with them. I mean, we had to sneak into the venue. Eric Eric Sermon's sister was supposed to bring us some VIP passes for the press, and some had ended up happening with the casino, and we had to end up sneaking into the casino. So it was just the fit, man, the energy and the drive to get in there. Everybody got in. Everybody met up at a different place, and we all ended up in the same place. Um, so it was just kind of like a team thing. Like from that moment, shouts to El Bizzle. He was there that day too. That was the first day that LB pulled up as well.
cool.
So it was just an epic moment, man. I met every single old school legendary rapper that I ever listened to coming up, man. At that moment, Slick Rick, um, Rakim, obviously, DMX. I mean, there was so many people there at that performance in the Foxwoods. It was an epic moment, and that was my first day that I ever did any shoots or did anything with Street Heat, man. And then we've been together ever since. And that was about, I would say, 10, 10, 12 years ago now,
Oh,
something
that's a
like
very
that.
long time.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. That's really dope. So, what's it like working with Will and Tanner? Because I've met Will before, but I've never worked with Tanner. What's it like being with them two around? But
Um, Will and Tanner, they like night and day, man. Tanner's very quiet, very he thinks, he's very pensive, so he's always calculating what the next move is.
okay.
Will on the other hand, Will is like in your face. Will is loud. Will controls the set. Both of them are, together. It's one machine. They work together so well. They've been doing it together for so long. So they complement each other with the way that they are, personality wise, and each of them, on set by themselves is a problem, but when they get together, it's a different type of video. It's a different type of situation. So, what's it like working with them? I mean, it's not for the faint of heart, man. We get a lot of people that try to jump on the team, and we give them a shot, and it's so fast paced. And one day Will might be cursing you out, and you don't know how to take it, and it's just a lot of running gun. It's not, everybody don't get to sit around all the time. A lot of it is a lot of sit around and wait, for the artists and whatnot. But it's mostly running gun, so you got to stay on your toes. You got to be able to move at the last moment.
I hear that.
Yes, it's a fast paced environment, man. But you learn a lot, man. They're willing to teach. That's one thing about both of them. If you're willing to learn, they're willing to teach. So, and it's they both of them, they professional, man. They like surgeons with it. I watch a lot of other people. I watch a lot of other people around. trying to mimic their style and how they do things, and it just it's not the same, man, because they embody a different type of energy when it comes to this, when it comes to creating and producing videos and whatnot, man. It's been a blessing to even work by them, man, because it's once in a lifetime type of thing.
Of course, of
Word.
course. All right. So what would you say is your favorite shoot you've been on as part of Street Heat?
Say that again.
And what would you say your favorite shoot was being part of Street Heat? Which is the best like set you've been on?
My favorite shoot.
Yeah.
Um, we did a song recently. I mean, all the shoots are my favorite shoots, man. It's just this is what I love to do. This is part of my, this is part of my soul. Like this, the culture, hip hop, and just creating for the culture. And what we doing is a major part of that. So it's part of my soul. So they all my favorite shoots. But the most recent shoot that we did, that was probably one of the ones that really was like real staple in my memories, was the one that we did with the Migos and Jim Jones, where they did "Reset the Trends,"
Ah, yes. Wicked video.
and that was like one of the last. That was one of the last videos that Take was in.
Of course, of course.
So
R.I.P.
that was like a memorable moment for me because I was in the lab. I got to sit in the lab while he recorded his verse, and it was a crazy situation, man. Just to be a part of that was probably one of the biggest things that we've done so far. I mean, it's always something bigger. Like we got a lot of other bigger stuff, but to me, in my opinion, that was like one of the bigger, remarkable moments.
Let's switch mics a minute. Give me a sec. Speak for me a sec. Yeah, that sounds much better already. Actually. All right, cool. So so when did you start making music for Street Heat, or were you already an artist before you started?
So like I said before I got with Street Heat, I was already making music.
Okay.
For myself. I had a group called Stoneheads. I still have, that's still my group. Shout out to my brother J.O. He in the UK right now. Everybody's doing their thing really. So I was doing music for myself already. Once I started um, doing shoots and kind of like paying my dues to being on the Street Heat team, I didn't really. It wasn't really about music at first. It was really about just proving myself to get in there, and then just over time, my work kind of spoke for itself, and Will had the idea to make me the head producer and engineer over at the Street Heat Studio.
Okay.
So it was just a mixture of me grinding, me doing my own music and putting out my own stuff, and them seeing my creative side and how I handle artists and how I wanted to help other artists learn the business and whatnot. So they kind of just put me in the mix of that because it didn't really have. It really was a no-brainer. There was no other choice besides me. They wanted me to hold it down. So I was at the time going to Full Sail University, and once I got my bachelor's and stuff like that, Will made me the head engineer, studio manager. I do everything over there. So
Crazy. Yeah, yeah. So I noticed you wear a lot of hats. It's videographer, director, editor, engineer.
yeah, I do it all, man. My thing was when I was coming up, it wasn't really as the resources weren't really as prevalent as they are now. Like everybody wasn't able to go and shoot their own videos on their iPhones, and people weren't able to do have studios in their own basements and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So it was a little bit harder to So I just kind of prided myself on learning everything myself. So I didn't really have to go anywhere else. I just did everything in house.
Makes sense,
And
bro.
so that's what I really started just having my hands in everything. First it was in the music space, but once I got with Street Heat, man, like I said, Will C and Tanner, they teach everything. So if you're willing to learn, and me, I'm a sponge, so I just picked up every single thing that I could as far as when it comes to video production, writing treatments, anything you could think of, man. I just, I'm the guy that they usually come and ask first.
That's dope. That's dope. So since you've been in the music game so long, what would be if you could give one piece of advice to a new artist who's starting out now? What would be your biggest piece of advice to them?
My biggest piece of advice to artists, every time, and I say this every time, I'm a big advocate on it. I think artists that are coming up need to learn the business, need to treat it like a business. If you can get into the mind state of leaving the hobby side of it behind and treating it like a business, you can make a lucrative living off of it. It's not impossible. No, not one person controls all the wealth. Everybody has something that they like, and you just might be that. So stay consistent, be who you are, and focus on the business side of it, and you can get a decent living. A lot of artists don't want to sell their souls. The way that to do that is to be independent and do the shit yourself. Nobody can tell you what to do in the game.
That's dope, man. That's a perfect piece of advice. So let's say so if someone else was just coming to Street Heat now, so maybe for myself, so I've been part of Street for a couple of years, but I'm not really in the inner circle as it were. What sort of piece of advice would you give someone like myself or myself to advance into Street? How should I be? What should I be doing?
I mean, for you, I believe we met you on the clubhouse situation when
That's
we was
right.
on the clubhouse heavy. For you, you've been repping hard. You've been working hard. I see you doing what you're doing. Um, Keep on doing that, man. My biggest piece of advice is somebody like you who we kind of let close to us, who we kind of let hold down the name, and it's only because you're doing what you're supposed to be doing on your end. You know what I'm saying? Having Street Heat UK, Street Heat TV UK, that's a big platform to carry on your back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Even having why not? Shout out to my brother, why not?
Yes, sir.
Having interviews like this, definitely got to get Tana and Will so they can drop a little something on your joint.
Yeah, man.
Just keep doing what you're doing, man, and when it come to us, just know this team is a family situation, bro. So if we tell you you're part of the team, just keep doing what you're doing. As far as don't misuse the name, don't abuse the name, don't do none of that. Don't do no crazy stuff like that. And always show us love. We'll always show you love, man.
Yes, sir. I always do.
Just like I said when you said about the interviews. Tana was like, what is this Street Heat TV show, whatever? And I was like, oh, that's my man from the UK. Because Tana he don't really pay attention to stuff like that. So
I noticed.
I put him onto it, because we doing because we putting together a show out here too. So
Oh, okay.
he thought somebody was trying to be, he thought somebody was trying to be funny, but I had to let him know, nah, you good money. You been
No, I didn't even know you guys were doing a show. If I'd have known, cause I didn't really talk to Will that much either, so I didn't even know there was a show
That's
coming. So
another thing. That's another thing too, man. Just stay loopy with us, man.
Mhm.
Just reach out. It ain't no thing to reach out. I'm gonna be going to Germany in August, so
Oh shit.
I'm gonna be seeing my people out there in London. So I'm gonna try to tap in with you too when I come out there.
Yeah,
just
man.
to build with you and all that. Just stay loopy with us, man.
I got you, bro.
Reach out to us if you got something big coming up. Let us know so we can be a part of it and move as a unit. That's how we move.
I got
Street
you.
Heat is a family. It ain't just a. It's not just a camp. It's not just a label. Anybody that's here with us, we family.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. I appreciate that. All right, so you've been working with a lot of artists. I played one of your tunes just before we came on. How did you link up with Nems? How did that happen?
Oh man, I did a record with somebody named Docs Boogie. He was a producer back in the day. Um, before Nems really popped off like that, we did a song together, and the song was pretty good. But then Nims had got into whatever situation he was getting to with his life, and
Mhm.
things just didn't come all the way to fruition how we wanted it. So it was kind of like through the internet type of deal. Excuse me, we didn't really meet like that in person at that time.
Okay.
But later on down the line, just being with Street Heat and running around and doing situations like that, I just had reached out to Nims and was like, "Yo, shout out to my brother Vinny Idol, because Vinny Idol really plugged me with Nims on some real like, yo, that's my man. So Vinny Idol's my brother, man. So he produces a lot of my records as well. I don't really let nobody else touch my joints if it ain't Vinny.
Nice.
Um, but yeah, he kind of plugged me in with Nims. He kind of plugged me in with Fred the Godson, rest in peace. Um, like I I said, man, we after that it just was just a connection. We just chopped it up, happened to make a good record, and we just ran with it. You know.
Gotcha. Yeah, he's quickly becoming one of my favorite artists. I started checking out his podcast and checking out his music. I quite like his stuff. You know, it's quite raw. You know.
Yeah, my favorite thing about him is that he real. You know,
Yeah, man.
switch up. You don't switch up around nobody. He don't. You know, he's true to himself. That's what I really gravitate towards. And he a beast. You know, when it comes to spitting, he's super aggressive and he rip MCs apart. So I got a lot of respect for what Nims do out here.
Yeah, he was
You
in the
know what
battle
I'm saying?
culture, wasn't he? Before I'm gonna try and get him on this show. I love that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he like I said, you know, you reach out to him. He's a humble dude. He ain't, you know, he might seem like he's a, you know, he's funny, but he ain't. He really about his work, so he's definitely down to go give it a go.
Okay. I said, but the few times I have spoken to him on Instagram, he's been super calm with me. So yeah, man, I thought I'd invite him on.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, man, that's something that's light and being with Street Heat and being part, you know, being across the pond and whatnot. You know, he'll be out there. He'll be out there, so you'll be able to link up with him and let him know
All right, all right.
you
So
know,
all right,
you know how that goes.
of course, of course. All right. So what's next for you, music wise? What's in the pipeline?
Oh man, right now I got an album out called Your Highness, produced by CZ Wonder. That's everywhere. I got an album that I'm putting out next month. Um, that's gonna be crazy. It's called Valley of the Kings. It's
Shit.
an album that I've been working on for a minute now. I just ain't really I ain't have the right production towards it, and then I finally linked up with the right production, and so now that's about to come off the ground. So that's what I'm putting out next month. I just put out a little. Shouts to Hot Water Studio. I just put out a little song called Suspenseful, where I did a little on a microphone joint too.
Oh
I
yeah,
just put
yeah,
that
yeah,
up.
yeah. I saw that.
That's part of that album that I'm dropping next month. So I'm just teasing it.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
so yeah, I got you know I got that DJ K Slade 200 MCs deep. That's out still as well, man. Everybody need to go check that out.
Yeah, that's a
Um,
big video. That man, everyone go check that out on
yeah,
YouTube straight away, man. DJ Casely, 200 deep, huge, man, huge.
yeah, man. I was blessed. I was blessed to be put in a situation where I was able to me. Shouts to Richie 4K and Will C. We was able to get all the artists, and you know, I was able to mix and master the entire record,
Oh wow.
and we was able to shoot the video. You know, that was all in house, and I was hands on with it every step of the way. So I'm very blessed. Shouts to Papoose and all that. General, like it was a big part of my career to be able to do that. So
There's a lot of names
um,
in a lot of names in there, man. Like say 200, but you have your name amongst legends, and these are proper legends too, not just anybody. These people are years deep in the game, you know. Yeah, should be proud of
yeah,
it, man.
yeah, we had the top MCs, legendary MCs from Snoop to legendary Bronx MCs. You know, like Coca Rock on there. You know,
Yep.
it was just like I said, man, I was just blessed to be a part of it. I'm on there as well, paying my respects to the culture, to DJ K Slate for what he did,
Of course.
putting together that 200 MCs along with all the other ones that he did. That's out right now. So everybody check that out right now. Your Highness out right now. God King
Sir.
out right now. Everywhere. I'm just dropping a lot of little features and videos. I've been directing a lot more. There's a video that I co-directed with Will C, Richie 4K, with Masha, and A Boogie.
Okay.
So be on the lookout for that. Shout out to Steve Lobel for putting that together.
Is that the green screen thing where you bought the Miami to New York? Was that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been doing a lot more. I've been doing a lot more co-directing with Will on bigger projects. So man, shouts to Will for that, man. He's always putting people in positions to excel and do their thing. So
you
yeah,
you
man, it's a lot of work. There's a lot of work coming out. Not to mention, you know, Street Heat got the movie coming out, which I'm
yes
also
sir.
in. Yeah, we got the movie with all the artists in the game. I mean, you name it, and we got them in there. Yeah, so that's coming out soon. We actually are in the process of editing audio for that now. So
Okay.
it's moving right along. Shouts to Poods, Styles P, man. We working, man. Go check it out, man. Stay tuned with us, man.
Yeah, lock in
We
with
don't
Street
really
Heat, man.
brag.
We're busy, you know.
We don't
We're
really
busy.
brag. We don't really brag about what we about to do. We just do it and we let y'all know. I mean,
Yes, sir. That's the way forward. All right, so I wanted to ask this question because you work with a lot of big time artists in the scene, not just like local rappers. You work with guys like Papoose and like Jim Jones and Mano. Like, what's it like not only as say someone who's on set, but what's it like as an artist moving around these people and like mingling with them as you're putting together their video? You know?
oh man, it's like the better you know somebody as a person, the better it is for you as far as it goes to put together a video for them. Because you know what they like, you know what they don't like. For the most part, everybody that we around, the relationships that we've had have been curated over the years. So everybody, you know, like I said, it's kind of like a family thing. When we working with Dave East, or we working with Mano, or we working with Jim Jones, that these are people that um, y'all been in their houses and been in their mama crib, and like, you know what I'm saying. So it's not like I don't see it as all my artists moving around these guys. They know I'm an artist. You know, they know that I do X, Y, and Z. Everybody knows what everybody does. The game is pretty small like that, where everybody can know what everybody do. But as far as I just don't see it that way. It's more of like I maneuver on my own time and I do my own thing. So it's a blessing to be around them every now and again. You know, I see what up with making a record with somebody who I'm really fucking with. But other than that, I keep it business usually.
That's dope, man. That's always a good way to handle it too. I try to keep if I'm around big people, I try and keep it like a lid. I'll keep stay in the background, do my job, but kind of stay like there, but not too noisy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't really do. I get my little pictures and stuff to commemorate my
Come on.
moments, and to do my little my little posts or whatever the case may be, because I'm an artist and I do have a brand. But other than that, I'm not really like too too pressed on taking pictures and doing videos. I'm more focused on the work at hand.
Yes, sir.
So that's what I'm really doing. In the beginning, I'm not gonna lie. In the beginning, I was trying to do a lot of videos and do a lot of things, but it was only to show out. You know, once you start getting into the groove of things and you start to get to know people and stuff, it ain't really about showing out no more. You realize like people are doing this for a living, so it's a serious situation no matter how you look at it.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. So you've got about another 5 minutes to talk to you. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about Native Greenleaf, which is a dispensary out there. So we don't have that out here in the UK. So I want to talk to you a little about what it's like working with them. Because Street Heat are quite involved with Native Greenleaf. Is that right?
The shouts to Native Greenleaf, man. Those are people's as well. We do a lot of the promotion over there. We got the top of the line dispensary on Long Island is licensed on the reservation, on the Krush reservation. Um, you know, we kind of married the dispensary world with the entertainment world and kind of made it a safe haven for the stoners to come out, and you know they kind of hold the artists down. So shouts to them. You know
That's
what they
dope,
do.
man.
So we yeah, man. If you ever out here, if you ever out on the Long Island side, we'll take you down there, man.
Yes, sir.
Take
I'm
all the
planning to
artists
come
down
over
there.
there. I am planning to come over and spend
Yeah,
some time
man.
with you guys, man.
For sure, for sure. So yeah,
Absolutely.
we gonna do that. But yeah, man. Shouts to them. Like I said, they the licensed dispensary on Long Island that it's like a part of the team. Like you know,
Oh.
we do a lot of their visual
Mm-hmm.
content. Um, you know, it's just what we do, and we the stoners. So you know how that goes. Shouts to my stoners.
So we've got our own strain in there now, right? The Street Heat strain. Well, I got to find out what that's like. Tell me about it.
Yeah, man. Shouts to I already know what it is, man. We got the street heat strain with high tolerance. You know, if you can find that, you know, that'll take you to the moon.
Yes, sir. I'd love to try and get it over here.
Obviously, anybody out here on the East Coast, whatever the case may be, holla at the team. We'll get you proper.
Yes,
We'll get you
sir.
hooked up proper.
That's the first thing I'm doing. When I'm landing, I want a Street Heat back. The second I come off the plane.
We got you, man.
Come on, man.
I got you with one soon. If you come out here, I'm gonna hold you down.
My guy, appreciate it. Same for you. When you come out here, I'm gonna look after you too. You know.
already, man.
Come on,
That's
bro.
exactly what we do. That's
Of course.
exactly how we moving, man. And that's what make us street heat. You heard?
Of course, of course. All right, so we got a few more minutes. So, is there anybody that you want to shout out? Any projects you want to tell us about real quick before we end the show with you?
Oh man, you know what it is. Shouts to the Stonehead. Shouts to the Lavender Boys. Positive energy always. You already know how we moving. King Flow is out here. Be on the lookout for the Valley of the Kings dropping next month. Shout out to the whole Street Heat team, man. We out here rock. Everybody is doing everything. You know, everybody is on their own movement. So shout out to everybody that's doing their own thing on the team. Yeah, man, we working.
That's
You
it.
already know what it is, man.
You know what it is? Street Heat, bro.
TV UK, man.
Yes,
Street
sir.
Heat TV show.
Come
We
on,
taking
sir.
off.
Yeah, you know we're
There's
taking
no
over the game.
stopping it.
All right, Flo. Well, listen, thank you very much for coming on the show, but I really appreciate your time.
Already know, man. Thanks for having me, man.
Anytime, bro. I'm definitely going to bring you on again. When you come out here, we'll get you on the show.
I'm gonna be a fixture on that joint. You heard?
Come on. Lots of music, lots of interviews.
Anytime.
Come on. All right, bro. But listen, I'm
Love,
going to get
bro.
back at you, bro. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I shall catch you soon, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Peace, brother. All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into that interview. That was King Flo, all the way from the USA. That's my guy right there.